Hello, and welcome to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics. Today is Wednesday, 7 August. I'm your host, Daniel, the founder of HM Intelligence. Every weekday, we bring you not just the news, but the so what from events and decisions that shape our world. So grab a coffee and get ready to be informed. In today's update, we'll be covering the US convicting an academic for being a Chinese spy. A Pakistani man has been charged in the US over an assassination plot. And Russia claims it's repelling Ukrainian border attacks. So, firstly, on Tuesday, a Chinese American academic, Wang, was convicted in the US of illegally gathering information for the Chinese government. Wang, who was 76, was found guilty on 4 counts, including acting as a foreign agent without notifying the US Attorney General and lying to authorities. He faces up to 25 years in prison, with sentencing scheduled for January next year. Wang, who had immigrated to New York in 1994 and later became a naturalized citizen, had portrayed himself as a proponent of democracy in China and an opponent of the CCP to gain the trust of dissidents. Federal prosecutors revealed that Wang had been corresponding with the Hong Kong pro-democracy activists, Taiwan independent supporters, and campaigners for Uyghur and Tibetan minority groups in Western China. He spied on these activists and shared information with Chinese Ministry of State Security. Wang had used an email account as a dead drop to save email drafts containing information on his conversations, meetings, and the plans of various Chinese government critics. Chinese intelligence officials then accessed these drafts using a shared password. He also sent encrypted messages detailing upcoming pro-democracy events and meeting with prominent Hong Kong dissidents. Despite initially denying contact with the MSS, Wang later admitted that he provided public information to intelligence officials, insisting that it was publicly available and he had not been spying. His defense lawyer argued that Wang was trying to win the support of pro-democracy movement, not act as a foreign agent. Additionally, prosecutors charged 4 Chinese intelligence officers who are allegedly handling Wang, though they remain at large and are believed to be in China. So what? While publicly calling out countries' intelligence operations in your own country can lead to increased tensions, it also ousts the individuals conducting the operations publicly and allows other countries to identify them. Though this is a significant challenge and unlikely to ever be completely stopped, making agents and handlers public reduces their ability to operate in other countries, especially within the Western world. This increases the risks for agents, as one failure could end their careers, and likely slows down their operations and reduces their effectiveness. And next, a Pakistani man with alleged connections to Iran has been charged with a plot to carry out political assassinations in the United States, as announced by the Justice Department. He faces a charge of murder for hire in a New York federal court. The plot is believed to be in retaliation for the 2020 killing of IRGC commander Qasem Soleimani in a US drone strike. Iranian officials had vowed revenge for his death. FBI investigators suspect that the targets could include former President Trump and other current and former US government officials. However, the specific intended victim has not been identified in the official statements or court documents. The individual, who was arrested on July 12th while attempting to leave the country, allegedly tried to hire an undercover FBI agent as an assassin. The Justice Department emphasized that ongoing efforts to counteract Iran's attempts to retaliate against American officials. The suspect's ties to Iran were highlighted, including the frequent travel to Iran, Syria, and Iraq, with FBI Director Christopher Wray describing the plot as characteristic of Iranian strategies. So what? While this plot has allegedly been linked to the death of Soleimani, it is also likely that it is part of ongoing tensions around the Middle East, as Iran may have seen this as a good time to conduct the attack, with tensions already high. Additionally, due to this plot, it seems highly unlikely that the current and next administration will waver in their support for Israel, particularly in their conflict against Iran. And lastly, Russia has reported on Tuesday that Ukrainian forces have launched an offensive targeting the Russia border region of Kursk. According to a statement from the Russian Defense Ministry, border troops and the FSB border forces were actively repelling attacks and inflicting damages upon Ukrainian forces. The offensive involves up to 300 Ukrainian soldiers supported by tanks, aiming at the Russian border settlements in the region. The acting governor of the Kursk region described the situation as difficult and confirmed that 2 Russian nationals had been killed by shelling and drone attacks, adding that dozens of Ukrainian drones had been shot down overnight. Ukraine has currently not confirmed the offensive, although its general staff has reported Russian attacks on Ukrainian border villages during the period. So what? Despite this happening before, it seems that Russian border troops were again caught off guard. Though it is highly likely this incursion will again end in the withdrawal back into Ukrainian territory, these attacks are helpful in keeping Russians guessing and making them spread their equipment out across the very long border. While Ukraine might not win with this tactic, these types of operations are damaging for Russia and likely limit their offensive capabilities. In all, they are a great option and provide a good effect for the overall Ukrainian war effort. Additionally, unconfirmed reporting on Twitter, or X, indicates that Ukraine's attack is currently highly successful, with large numbers of POWs captured. Thank you for listening to the Intel Briefing, your daily intelligence brief on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. If you want to support the podcast, tell your friends to help them stay informed and leave us a 5-star review. Or if you want to learn more about intelligence, why not take one of our courses? They're all online, self-paced, and affordable. You can find more information in the description below. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you next time.